Hey guys, it's Sam from the Venus Room. I really need to figure out what to do with this microphone. I'm gonna try to clip it right here. Okay, I hope that works. Anyway, hi, it's Sam from the Venus Room. Super excited about this video today. LumeCube sent me this ring light to do a review, and I really want to totally break it down, really get into it about all the great things about this new ring light. So, to start, we all know that lighting is like number one. It's number one for your videos. It's number one for your service. And I'm always on the hunt for the next new thing in lighting. And I also don't know that much about lighting. So I'm learning as I go, even 6 years deep in the industry. I still make mistakes. A lot of my videos still don't come out like exactly how I want to, or I see other people's videos and I'm like, wow, I want to do whatever it is that they're doing. So having your lighting down is a super solid thing for your business. It's going to affect everything. I mean, if you can't see and you can't provide good service, then you're already shot. But then on top of that, you want to make sure that your videos come out beautiful. So in my studio, I happen to use a light for service and then a second light for recording my videos. Not everyone has that luxury. I understand that, especially when you're just starting. When I just started, I didn't have that, but you can definitely work your way up to that by starting with one good light and providing consistent quality service and quality videos. And that comes down to good lighting. So let's get started. I'm going to go over everything about this ring light and what I love about it and what I don't love about it. So let's go. So unboxing this ring light and my first impressions are what I want to get into first. The ring light came in this carrying case, and even the carrying case they put thought into. It has all of these separate compartments inside with nettings so that you can put your cords neatly away, all of the accessories. There's a little divided compartment in here, and you can Velcro it closed so things aren't flopping around, and I love it. I think that for the price point, which is something that I'm going to talk a lot about, feeling like even the case is high quality is important. Very nice, sleek, black, especially for traveling artists. When I first started, I was double parking my car in East Harlem and going up 5-floor walk-ups with my ring light and my bed just to do a classic set. So when you're really in that beginning hustle phase, having an organized setup is the key to success. I mean, if you notice in my own studio, which I will do more videos of, the way I organize my own studio has a big, it plays a big part in why I'm successful or, on this trajectory. And it's because you need to be organized. It's just going to make workflow much easier. It's going to make you more efficient. So this kind of seems like a little deal, but it's actually a big deal. You don't have everything jumbling, thrown around in here. It's got the compartments built in, and I think that that was pretty nice of them to put thought into that. Okay, next, let's talk about the ring light. So the base here, it has one of those standard twist things. Don't be expecting me to be using technological sound and light crew terms in this video because I just don't know the names. But when you twist this to tighten it, this is like what all the standard ring lights come with, but it only has a couple of these, one down here and one up here. But what's really nice about this ring light is the rest of the clamps to adjust are just with this clamp. So you don't have to fuss with that knob, and you don't have to worry about it wearing out and the pull slipping down, which is something that has happened over time with my other ring lights. So they definitely put thought into the quality of the stand, which is super important because the stand is just as important as the head of the ring light. So you don't see that too often. The stand is usually an afterthought in these kind of things. So I can really appreciate the fact that they made sure that the stand was super sturdy. Also, the neck of the ring light turns on these kind of like jaws here. You see how they're kind of interlaced? And I think that that makes this a lot more sturdy as well, because when you tighten it, you feel like it's tight and it's not gonna slip down suddenly and fall on someone's face in the middle of service. Has that happened to me? Yes. Maybe that's for another day. It also came with a remote. I think that this would be super useful for vloggers and bloggers, which it seems like I am one now, right? So aspiring, I guess. So I will use this in the future. I don't really have too much of a use for it now. I don't think that I do. Maybe I will because I've never had a remote before. It's got the power button. This is for pairing the remote to the ring light. There is another a similar button on the back of this, which I'll show you, and that is to pair them. And then to adjust the brightness, to dim it, the warmth and the coolness of the ring light, coolness, and some presets here. So pretty cool feature. I'd rather have it than not have it. So the fact that it came with a remote, cute. And I will show you what the back of the ring light looks like. It has the same dials here. This is to adjust the brightness. This one is for the warmth. There's a little button here on the side where it says channel/USB. So that is, again, to pair the remote. And then your power switch, USBs, and your power supply. Am I showing that good? Okay, good. So really quickly talking about the power supply, that would be the coolest feature about this ring light, and it's the fact that it is rechargeable. So I read that at full brightness, you can run this ring light for over an hour with a full charge with the power cord unplugged. And I have to say, that's pretty cool. I hate tripping over wires. I hate dealing with wires. Dealing with a ring light that you can just unplug and kind of move with you is a really cool concept. Everything that I do right now in my work is so stationary that I didn't think that not having to have it plugged in all the time would be as much of a bonus for me as it's been, but it's been pretty cool, especially when I just like can't get that angle with my clients. I can literally like unplug the cord and toss it and just move this thing around and maneuver it how I need to. So that's pretty cool. I also very clearly remember when I used to be out on site doing makeup before I was doing all of this, fumbling around with the Glamcore. The lighting was really difficult. I remember being in a bathroom with another makeup artist and we were banging out bridesmaids for this wedding and we were tripping over cords everywhere. So I feel like in instances like that, being able to unplug your light for periods of time, and I do believe that this comes in like the 2-bar thing as well. That seems pretty useful to me. So again, it can't hurt to have that feature. Also, to have the USB feature seems pretty cool. Like you can charge up your phone, you can be charging your phone while you're recording. My phone is constantly dying while I'm recording, while I'm breathing. It's so annoying. So having a charger nearby is always super useful. As well, I want to talk about the phone clip. So when I saw this phone clip, I'll just turn this around for this. When I saw this phone clip, I was a little skeptical. I have dealt with phone clips like this before, and I felt like they were really flimsy. I've had the phone pop out onto clients' faces while I was recording them. I think I've just had like every bad thing that could happen to me happen. So that was not fun. And when I saw that this kind of came with that same tension style phone clip, I was like, oh, here we go. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised. The quality of this phone clip is really good. It has very strong tension, and there's these little rubber grips inside, and it really holds your phone well. The other thing is all of the arms on this articulate. I hope I'm saying that right. All of these articulate, and they have really good tension on them. So I will just show you by putting in my own phone that you can change the angle. Oh, it's not in all the way. There you go. You can change the angle of the phone, and it holds the tension pretty well. Like the phone's not going anywhere. It's not falling. It's not slipping and screwing up the angle of your video. So this was pretty cool. Now I kind of wish that you could just buy a phone holder for your ring lights, like as a one-off that are like this, because this is like pretty indispensable to me, I think, for just catching certain angles without having to change the whole angle of your ring light. Now, why would it matter? Because I didn't see the point of that first either. I was like, why do I care that my phone clip does this? Well, in the past, I guess when I've had a stationary phone clip, and I wanted to catch a different angle of the client's face, I would just turn the neck here and bend the whole ring light down, right? But now you've changed all your lighting. Like you've changed the whole vibe. Now you're catching shadows in a different place, like the kind of stuff that makes you just want to give up for the day. You don't have to deal with that anymore. You can leave your lighting. You got that perfect angle. You don't have any shadows. Nothing's like casting weird. And you can just move the phone to catch what you need to catch. So that's actually a really cool feature. I really like that they thought of that, because I wouldn't have thought of that. I'm hanging on for dear life over here. So yeah, I love that. The other thing that I have to say that I love about this ring light is the fact that the plates are built in. You don't have to walk around with clunky plates, or even like walk around. I don't even know where you'd be walking, but like exist with the clunky plates that come with other ring lights. If you know what I'm talking about, like you have to set up your ring lights with either like cool or warm plates if you want to change the warmth of your lighting. But this, as you can see, it's just built in. It's solid on here. See, it's so nice and thin. It's super light, and the plate is built in. I don't even think the plate is built in. The warmth and the coolness of the light is built in. So I can adjust that with this dial here. Wait, I'm changing the brightness, just please. Here, I want to turn the brightness all the way up so that you can see. And you can see the light getting warm. It goes all the way up to 3200K. I mean, all the way down. It goes all the way down to 3200, and then to make the light cool, it goes all the way up to 5600. And in addition to that, you can make either as light or as dark as you want. So I think that that is super convenient. Any ring light other than this that I've ever owned, you could not do that. Maybe I'm just behind the curve. I'm just telling you guys that for me, this is new technology, and I like it. And then of course the other thing, which maybe you don't know, and so I'm not going to start talking like you should know, but because it's LED, it doesn't give off any heat, which is ideal. You need your lights to be LED. You cannot have heat coming off in your clients' faces. Imagine that for hours. So whatever light you get, it has to be LED. This, of course, is, and it's cool to the touch, and it's going to stay cool to the touch. Sidebar. If you're real fancy, if your videography game is up there, it does come with these additional slots for, I'm going to move this out of the way, for putting more camera holders or even like phone holders, like they slide in there. I would even dare to call it something related to a shoe. No, hold on one second. I'm back. So this little piece here, this is what I use on my traditional ring lights to hold my phone mount, and it's got this kind of like square thing on the bottom, and it fits on there. So you could have multiple things recording at the same time. I think this like tightens on here. There you go. It tightens on there. So you could be recording multiple, streaming multiple things at the same time. I don't know how to do that yet. And I'm saying that in like a very like passive kind of way. I don't know, not because it's super complicated, but because I just haven't had the mental space for it yet to be able to record and then maybe also stream live on TikTok, or I don't know, like stream live on 2 different things at the same time. So I think for that, it's super convenient. I've heard of this being a popular feature, but I've never actually seen it before on anything. So the fact that I have it now makes me more interested to pursue that, because obviously there's something to it. Okay, time to get into the cost of this thing. So on the website right now, this ring light is going for $270. There is a 10% coupon. I also have a discount code that you can use. However, I understand that that is not cost effective for people, especially that are trying to get started. And my advice to you is pick the thing that matters the most to you and invest in that first. When I first started, I used like these $80 to $100 ring lights that you get off of Amazon. And did it work for me? Yeah, it did work for me. I've bought many of them, but that would be the operative word, is many. You're gonna pay one way or another in the end if you don't invest in your like electronic equipment, your recording equipment, because these things, they're faulty, they're cheaply made. I can't tell you how many times the stands have broken, or pieces of the foot have fallen off, or the phone clamp breaks, and you have to reorder, and you have to reorder, and you have to reorder. The plates constantly fall off of these lower end ring lights and they crack, or the little pieces that make them snap in break, and it's just a constant maintenance game. And then one day you come in and the whole thing is just fried. It just won't even turn on. So it's really a question of, do you want to spend the money now or do you want to spend the money later? And believe it or not, $270 is a median price for something like this. I mean, I live in New York City and I'm pretty close to this electronics store called B&H. It's kind of like this warehouse for all things photo, video, electronics. And this doesn't even scratch the surface for how expensive this equipment can start to get. But what I can say is pick the thing that matters to you the most and invest in that when you first start. And I think that your lighting is a pretty good thing to invest in, because you can dress up a massage table. Now, I'm just speaking from my industry in particular, which is the beauty industry, right? And the standard is to use those black massage tables, and you can dress them up with mattress toppers and sheets and blankets, pillows, make them comfy, and that's great. I mean, my clients they always complain that they wish that I would go back to my more basic table than the $2,500 electric aesthetics chair that I ended up buying. They find the old style massage table more comfortable. But there are other things that you just shouldn't go cheaper on because long term it's not going to serve you. And it's all about like the ripple effect of the things that you're willing to do now that you can't even see how good it's going to make your business in the future. And one of those things is going to be the lighting. It's the whole deal here. It's the USB and the built-in warmth that you're able to change, you know, the convenience and the quality of the phone clip. It's the little things that are going to make your videos just like one step above your content, just one step above the competition out there. And that's gonna propel your business forward. So it's really up to you. There's no shade or judgment for going with a more cost-effective lighting option. I did it. Plenty of people do it, and they continue to do it, and I'm sure that they do just fine. But if you did want to upgrade to something and kind of see like what is all the hype about, I can say personally from my own experience and from trying it with my own two hands, use this on clients, use this in real life, you know, day-to-day life, that this would be a smart choice in making the investment. And I've used them all. I've spent $500 on ring lights before. I know, that probably wasn't the smartest, but I tried it for you, you know. Let me be the one to tell you that price doesn't always equal quality, but sometimes it works out. And in this case, I would say that it's worked out. So I love the LumeCube ring light. I will continue to use it. I will use it moving forward to record more content and to vlog with. So I'm very grateful for them giving me the opportunity to test this out. And if you're interested, there is a link in my bio with a code for you to use. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching.